guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be showing you how to make a palazzo pant. I folded my fabric into two and we are going to be cutting the front panel first. So I marked out the waistline, the hip line, the crotch line and the thigh line. I'm going to explain how I got those points. From my hip line to my waistline is 8 inches. Then from my waistline to my crotch line is 9 inches, and then waistline to thigh line is 11 inches. So I went ahead and I marked out the full length of this pant, which is 40 inches. I'm just going to bring this closer so you see. So this is the full length and I added 2 inches for hemming allowance, okay? So on the hip line, I'm going to mark my hip measurement divided by 4 on the hip line. And on the crotch line, I'm going to mark the same measurement. On the waistline as well, I'll go ahead and mark the same measurement. So I'm going to connect the points together using my straight ruler, just like this. Okay, so after marking all of that, I'm going to mark my waistline, my waist measurement on the waistline, okay? My waist measurement divided by 4 is 6.75. I marked it on the waistline. I added 1 inch for that allowance. So before I come back to the crotch line, I'm going to go over to the hem of this pant. On the hem line, I'm going to mark 2 inches, okay? And I'm going to connect that point to the hip line with my straight ruler. And then from the waistline, I'm also going to connect to the hip line, just the way I did it here. So I'm going to cut off this part because we will not need it again. So we'll just cut this out. This is to sort of shaping out the pant. As you can see, the pant already looked shaped. So on the crotch line, I extended that point to 1.5 inches and then I just curved that to form the crotch line. On the thigh line, I marked my thigh measurement divided by 2. I added half an inch for seam allowance to that measurement and I connected to the crotch line, and then I'm going to mark the opening of this trouser. So I marked the opening to be 9 inches, okay, on the ankle line. So you can decide to mark whatever you want depending on how big you want your pant to be. After that, I just cut out this pattern. So notice that on the crotch line, I added about half an inch for seam allowance on this point. I didn't cut directly on that line, okay? So I added about half an inch seam allowance. So here I have the 2 patterns for the front. We are going to be using this to cut out the back. You see what I have for the front panels of our trousers. So I'm going to put this together, align it on a fresh fabric, and I'm going to use it to cut out the back panel. Alright, so this I placed on the fresh fabric, like I said, folded in 2. And on the ankle line, I'm going to extend the back panel by 1 inch. On the crotch line, I extended the crotch line by 1.5 inches. So on the waistline, I marked 1 inch upwards like this. You can mark 1.5 inches depending on how curvy you are. If you're a curvy person, 1.5 inches will be okay for you. So I connected that point to the waistline of the front line. And then I'm going to mark half an inch on the crotch line like this. So I'm just extending the crotch side of the front by half an inch, and then I'm going to connect to that point like this. So I'm going to take my straight ruler, connect that crotch measurement to the 1 inch I extended this by, and after that I'll go ahead and cut out this pattern. Alright, so after cutting, I have the front and the back panel for our palazzo pant. So I'm just going to remove the back panel, then I'll show you how to cut out the pocket opening on the front panel. So this is my 2 front panel, okay? And I'm going to measure from the waistline 8 inches downwards. So I'm just going to mark 8 inches. That is exactly where my hip line sits. So I mark 8 inches on that point. And on the waistline, I'm going to go in by 2.5 inches like this. And I'm going to connect that point to meet the 8 inches I have in a curved manner like this. So after that, I'm just going to cut this out, and this is going to now be my pocket opening, okay? So here I have it, the two front panels have their pocket opening already. So I'm going to show you how to cut out the pocket and the pocket facing. So these pieces I have here is about 11 inches in length and 28 inches wide, okay? So what I did was to fold this into two, and then I folded it again. So after that, I just cut open one side, and I'm going to fold it again and then cut it to give me the 4 pieces I need. So now I have 4 pieces for the pocket and the pocket opening, and on the lower part I'm just going to curve out the lower part to give me that pocket shape that I need. All right, so that is also what I did, curved out the lower part just like this. So this is going to be going under the front panel like this. So I'm just going to place it to show you how it's going to look. So it's going to be like this for the pocket, okay? It's going to be like this. So I'm going to show you how to cut out the facing, okay? So you're going to pick one of those pieces, and then you align it. Make sure you put it the right side facing the front panel, and then you're going to align it on the waistline. Make sure it aligns on the hip line as well. Once you're sure everything aligns properly, you're going to go ahead and cut that out. Alright, so that is going to serve as your pocket facing. I'm just going to show you how it's going to look. So you're going to place this on the right side of your fabric, and then you stitch it like this. Not to worry, my next video I'm going to show you how to stitch this together, okay? So yeah, just put it together like this, stitch it and flip it to the back side. So what I did was to go ahead and cut out the facing for the other pockets. So at the end of the day, I have 2 pocket facings and 2 main pockets. So by the time I attach it, this is what it's going to look like from the inside. Like I said, I'll be showing you how to do that in my next video. So moving on, I'm going to show you how to cut out the belt. I'll be using this fabric for this belt. So I folded this into 2, and I'm going to be marking my waist measurement plus about 1 inch for seam allowance, okay? For the length, I want it to be 1.5 inches when it's folded. So right now I'm marking 3.5 inches. By the time I fold it, I'm going to have 2 inches, and I'll use half an inch to help to attach it to the pants, okay? So notice also that I did not mark this very straight. I sort of made it curved slightly so that this can sit properly on my waist. So you see, I just slightly curved this, and I'm going to cut it out. So here you see what I mean when I say I didn't want it to be straight. You see it's slightly curved, and that is what you want to also go ahead and achieve for yours. So this is the waistband of the pant, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the pieces that I have for this pattern. Here I have the pocket. I have 2 pockets here. I have the waistband, the front panel, and the back panel of this pant. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you are stopping by my channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share my video. For returning subscribers, thank you for your consistent support. Till I see you again next time.